Good morning, welcome into the National Basketball Performance Centre. It's Junior Final Fours weekend. We've got 12 great games of action for you today, right here on the Basketball England YouTube channel. But first off, we're going to get things started with the Under-16 girls semi-final between the Manchester Mystics and the Sheffield Hatters, which is due to tip off imminently. I'm Kaz Bullock, and joining me is Isha Nair for the first game of the day. It's going to be an absolutely classic battle between these two teams in the north, isn't it, Isha?
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. I mean, these two teams, yes, they face each other in the league, but you can't really take away from what's happened there, because when they played in Sheffield, it was a 2-point game. When they came to Manchester, I mean, it was almost a 20-point game. So anything could happen here today. And it is playoffs. We know how playoffs go. Anything can happen. So yeah, it's going to be a really exciting matchup.
Exactly. So the winner of today's semi-final moves on to the final tomorrow. The runner-up will be facing the runner-up of the other semi-final game taking place just across the court from us right now between the Milton Keynes Breakers and the Richmond Knights. So we're going to keep you up to date with just everything that's going on, aren't we, Isha? Because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's loads going on. I mean, if you're not coming down, and you can, you might as well come down. The atmosphere is great.
You're missing out if you're not here. Come on down to the National Basketball Performance Centre, or if not, if you can't get here, get your split screens going. 3 games going on at the same time. In the backcourt, we've also got the Milton Keynes Breakers and the London Legends in the under-14 boys. But right now, on court 1, it's the Mystics and the Hatters. Starting for the Mystics, it will be Jessica Jenkins, Mojan Malik, Anya Williams, Tiana Walker, and Marnie Friday. And for the Sheffield Hatters, Ophelia Lardali, Ella Wright, Katie Hancock, Millie Rowe, and Evie Richards. As we get ready for the tip, it will be Walker against Lowe, and Lowe with the height advantage there. We talked about it just before the game, Isha, but Sheffield with the height advantage in this game. But the ball's up, and it's Sheffield with the first possession. Richards to the basket, that's short. Walker pulls the rebound down, gets it into the hands of Malik. And Tiana Walker, she is someone that Sheffield need to watch on the boards, Isha. She has been so crucial for the Mystics, rebounding-wise, all season long. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Mystics, they've got a lot of people here who can crash the boards and who put up quite a lot of numbers in that stat column. So, despite the fact that Sheffield are a lot taller, they're going to have to put in the work today. As Sheffield come racing down the court. And long three is good. Ella Wright gets things started for the Hatters, a player that's had some experience in the SLBW this season. Yeah, what a way to start the game there. As out to the corner, Lardali driving baseline, gets to the basket and lays it in, and it's a quick 5-0 lead for the Hatters in the first minute. Yeah, I mean, they came out aggressive. We literally, as soon as that ball got tipped over, they've been aggressive from the get-go. So the Mystics really need to get something going here. As Malik, her shot's too long. Wright picks it up. Richards, she'll try a 3, that's off. Chase down, and we've got a foul on the ball. So that'll go against first team foul for Sheffield. Yeah, I mean, the crowd disagreed with that call. But so we got some great support here. We got Hatters support on to one side of us, loads of loud Manchester local support. Well, they're both pretty local teams, aren't they? It's not too far from Sheffield. Yeah, it's like Battle of the North today. I mean, but it's just good to see that for once. It's not in the final, it's not Mystics versus the South, basically. So good on Sheffield for getting here. As Williams, her 3 is too strong. Lardali will find Richards, and Richards round to Lardali. Right looking for a space to the basket, finds it and puts it in. And Ella Wright on fire here to start the first quarter. It's a 7-0 Hatters lead. Yeah, the Mystics really need to find something here on offense just to break this run, because Sheffield looking really comfortable out there. As Williams gets to the basket, Lardali with another rebound. Wright looks to pass out of it. Richards, back to Lardali, and a travel call, just one step too many. So Manchester will get the ball back. And as you said, Ish, it's been a really good start here for the Hatters. For Manchester as well, sometimes it can be a case of you just need to see the ball go through the basket, don't you, to get that confidence? Yeah, definitely. Someone needs to take the lid off. I mean, once they get in their rhythm, they'll find the back of the net quite soon. Richards forces a turnover. Lada Lee racing to the hole. Big rebound there from Hancock, so the Hatters another chance on offense. Low, out to Lada Lee, 3, splashes it in. And we'll have a timeout called as the Hatters take a 10-0 lead here in the first quarter. And Isha, the rebounding from the Hatters, offensive rebounding, they've been able to get the ball back. They've been able to kind of capitalize on getting those extra chances. Yeah, definitely. I mean, they've just come out with just being really aggressive, basically. We've not seen that from the Mystics. I mean, they've been in this position before, a lot of them, in previous years. I mean, they were in the cup final earlier this year, so they know what it's like in the finals. They know what the pressure's like. They know what it's like to play in front of a crowd, but they're not showing that yet. Sheffield look like the team who have that experience at the moment. I mean, they've come out, as you say, their rebound has been pretty good. And to come out and be on a, that last point counted as a 2, not a 3 by the looks of it. But
it was a
long 2.
Yeah, long 2. Thought it was over the line. But yeah, I mean, to come out and have a 9-0 run in the semi-finals, it's really good. Really positive thing for them. But yeah, the Mystics, I mean, Joe Andrew, they're really right by him to call a timeout there, because they really need to find something. If they're not going to find the scores on offense, they need to at least find a way to stop on they need to stop Sheffield from scoring at least.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just a case of just settling things down, isn't it? You take a timeout, like it's only, we've had 3 minutes played, it's there's such a long time left in this basketball game.
Yeah.
And let's see what the Mystics come out with coming out of that timeout. But leading the way for all scorers, Ella Wright with 5 points. And a couple of rebounds, so it's Manchester ball. Williams to Jenkins. Williams has it. Walker, long 2. That's good. And that's a great start for Manchester out of that timeout.
Yeah, I mean, clearly something worked. Whatever Joe Andrew said worked. So yeah, hopefully we can get a bit more scoring from them now.
Hancock working away inside, hits the back iron. And Manchester back on the attack. Williams controls it. Out to Walker. Walker will pull up from 3 and hits it! Tiana Walker with a big 3 for Manchester. Yeah, 5 quick points out of that timeout.
Sorry, yeah, they're definitely woken up now.
I mean, it's very early in the day.
It is, it really is. There she is again with a steal.
Walker going to the basket, puts it in. And Tiana Walker, 7 points in the last minute out of that timeout. She has been the engine here for Manchester.
Yeah, she's really set the tone for them now. Hopefully the rest of the team can feed off that energy and then they can just all get some momentum. There you go, Mojan straight away after.
And Mojan Malik with the steal, going one-on-one to the basket. It's short, ball's loose, picked up by Lada Lee. Right, thought about the shot, has Malik on her. Out to Hancock, and basket's good. Katie Hancock with a big bucket, and that will be a 3 in the corner. As Friday finds Jenkins off the rim. And again, another big rebound for the Hatters, but it's intercepted by Malik. Williams fighting her way to the basket, and Anya Williams with a tough move.
Yeah, they're just finding, I mean, they were settling foul side shots, but they're finding their way inside and they look comfortable. I think definitely the hype from Sheffield was putting them up initially. They were kind of chucking up shots, trying to shine away from the contact, but now they're just getting to the rack and they're converting.
Because it's a tough ask to come up against you know, they're outsized against Sheffield, so you see that on the court and you see, oh, I'm going to go to the basket, it's going to be difficult, but you need to not have that fear.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, after that time, what we've seen straight away, they've just, that fear's left their minds, and now they're getting there and they're getting the scores. They're just playing more aggressive defense. I mean, 2 or 3 steals there straight away, and not just our good defense leads to good offense.
So Aziza Adebayo in for Manchester, and we'll see Molly Windle in for the Hatters, along with Grace Roberts. Molly Windle representing England at the Under-14 Tri-Nations tournament last year.
Yeah, they sub 1 tall player out, another tall player comes in, so Mystics are really going to have to get used to being aggressive going to the basket.
Good ball movement here from the Hatters, as right shot won't drop. Windle picks it up, can't finish on the putback. And it will be Manchester ball.
But that's exactly what they don't want to happen in this game. They can't let it turn into a just, oh, I'm going to try and out-jump them. Because if they don't box out, Sheffield are going to keep getting rebounds. They're going to get them second chance points, and the score's just going to get run away. So
that's the key word, Isha. Boxing out. Hannah Olsey would be very happy to hear you say that.
Yeah, I'm sure she would.
Malik behind the back. Out to Williams. Williams is three. Doesn't drop. Adebayo with the rebound. What a pass there to the cutting Williams.
Yeah, great offense. I mean, that is two teammates that are on the same page now.
And these are players on both teams that have played throughout the age groups, haven't they? They're very familiar with each other. You come up through under 12s, under 14s, under 16s, and it just really helps you being on the same page.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this team, yeah, especially like you say, this Mystics team, they've come through the age groups together. I mean, they played Final Fours together under 14s. I mean, yeah, they didn't win, unfortunately, but they've had that experience together. They're used to each other. It's just better when you know how people are moving on the court. Just used to everyone's game, yeah.
We'll see Renee Iron-Makis into the game for the Hatters. Windle driving inside, and a foul is called. That's on Manchester, and that's just Manchester's first team foul of the quarter. Sheffield also on one team foul, and that will put Molly Windle at the line for two, and a chance to increase his Hatters lead here. So after that 9-0 start for Sheffield, Manchester have pulled it back within a point, as first doesn't drop for Windle.
Yeah, that's another thing about this Mystics team, the 16 especially. I mean, they might be slow initially, they might have this bad spell, but just a blink of an eye, they're back up.
They're very quick, they're a fast, quick scoring team, aren't they?
Yeah, very fast, a lot of fast breaks.
As Williams inside gets it to drop. And Anya Williams up to 6 points personal, and Manchester take their first lead of the game. It's a 1-point game. Roberts into Windle, it's stolen by Walker. Walker to Malik, and Malik off the rim, picked up by Adebayo, takes the contact and will go to the foul line. And a chance to increase this Manchester lead. So we'll have a timeout called by Hatters coach Georgia Gale. Wants to talk things over with the team. And if we take a look at the scorers, Isha, so Tiana Walker, those 7 points. She's got 1 steal on the stat sheet, but I feel like she's forced. She's been responsible for a few. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, she might have tipped in, someone else might have taken it, but 100%. I mean, after that timeout that Joandra had to call after like 1 minute, Mystics look so much better than they were. And defensively, they're so much more aggressive. Before, they were just kind of standing up. They were letting Sheffield catch the ball. Now, as you say, like Tiana, we just seen it. She's getting a hand in the lane, she's getting the tips, and then it's just leading to scores. A lot of fast breaks, and then even then we saw, yes, they missed, but because it was 3-on-1, so they were there to get the rebound, take it back up. And then we saw Aziza get that and 1, so we just need to keep up that intensity, basically.
And for Sheffield, Ella Wright leads the way. 5 points for her with 2 rebounds and an assist. 10 rebounds to 6 for the Hatters over Manchester. We mentioned it just before, but they've done a really good job on the offensive glass, grabbing 3 offensive rebounds. 2 second chance points from that, but that's half the battle, isn't it, getting the offensive rebounds?
Yeah, 100%. If, like we said before, if Manchester don't start boxing them out, then the points are going to start running up. Especially with the Sheffield team, who have a lot of height.
So teams coming back out on the court. And Aziza Adebayo at the foul line, finishes the 3-point play. And it's a 4-point Mystics lead. Right, looks for some help. And ball will stay with the Hatters, but good D there from Mojan Malik, just using that long wingspan to try and be disruptive on defense.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's an amazing player. We know how good she is, but she's one of them as well. She's a lot of them things that don't necessarily show up on the stat sheet. Like you say, aggressive defense, up in their face.
Absolutely. Windle, back to Wright. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Wright. 2 seconds, needs to put something up here. Bounces out, gets her own rebound. And a foul on the floor. Ella Wright did a fantastic job there. Shot doesn't fall, gets her own rebound. Unfortunate not to finish on the putback, but that's the hustle that Sheffield want to see.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, as they continue like that, they've come out strong like today. They're not shying away from everything. They're just after everything. That's what you need. That's the mentality you need coming into a semi-final like this.
Exactly. But that foul there will be the second on right, so she's going to take a seat for the Hatters. Evie Richards back in.
Yeah, that's not great for Sheffield. Ideally, they'd like her to be on the floor.
They would, but it's always a good opportunity for someone else to step up. Who's going to be the next woman up in that position and take on the load that Ella Wright's been carrying?
Yeah, exactly. We'll see what happens.
So Lada Lee finds a way to the basket, draws the foul. And you see sometimes there, so Lada Lee just kind of looks up a bit. We've got 2 games going on. You can probably see it on the screen, but we've got the Milton Keynes Breakers and the Richmond Knights on the other court. So sometimes you'll hear a whistle, won't you? And players, it's hard sometimes to tell where you're hearing the whistle from.
Although the Mystics players should be used to that, because when they're playing at a meet or Manchester Basketball Centre, when you have 3 games on at the same time,
it's
just whistles all over the place. But yeah, the Oldham turn then.
So Lada Lee gets the second. Represented GB at the Under-16 European Championships last summer. A player with a really bright, exciting future. And we'll see Katie Smith check in for the Mystics. And Millie Lowe into the game for the Hatters. So a 3-point Manchester lead. And over on the other court, we've got a 10-point lead for the Milton Keynes Breakers over the Richmond Knights at the moment, 16-6.
Yeah, that might have been a score that people wouldn't have expected.
Milton Keynes, the current under-16 holders, they're looking to defend their title. As Williams, tough shot, won't fall.
Gets a rebound, sat down though. Defo on for the highlight reel, that.
Williams again to the basket. And good defense there from the Hatters. Lada Lee racing down the court. Oh, what a finish, Ophelia Lada Lee. Back within 1. Adebayo to the basket, high shot, won't drop. Windle secures it.
That's the type of shots I want to see from Mystics though. She wasn't scared, she just went straight to the basket, that crossover, and went up strong.
Lada Lee again, back-to-back baskets for Ophelia Lada Lee. Up to 9 points personal, leads all scorers.
Yeah, they can't find an answer for her at the moment. I mean, she's just going every time strong to the basket. She's just too quick.
Smith and a whistle on the floor as Tiana Walker will sub back in. Moja Malik takes a seat for Manchester. So Hatters ball, they've got a 1-point lead. Richards. And ball's knocked out of bounds, stays with the Hatters. But those kind of plays, Isha, you're just knocking the ball out of bounds. Yeah, you don't come up with a steal, the other team still gets the ball, but it's just disruptive, isn't it? And it means you have to reset your offense. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, we've seen that a lot from Manchester so far today, being aggressive, up in their faces a lot. I mean, apart from to Ophelia Lada Lee, but to everyone else, yeah, they've been up in their face.
As Roberts got a hand on the ball, Jenkins comes up with it for Manchester, passes over to Walker, Walker with the finish. And Lada Lee in the last minute of the first quarter. Into Windle, Windle backing down Walker, has the advantage and a foul's called. Walker's doing a good job to stand her ground. Probably about, I'm not very good with height here, but we'll just go. Molly Windle's taller, but Tiana Walker.
Hell about a head taller. Yeah. If you put another head on Tiana Walker, then I think she might be the same height.
But she's doing a very good job trying to counter Molly Windle, a really tough post player in Windle. Windle backing down Williams. Oh, nice finish with the left hand.
Yeah, great post move there. Really using her height to her advantage as well.
And patient as well, waiting for a defender and gets the shot that she wants. Adebayo, and high off the glass, bounces out, tipped into the hands of Lada Lee. Lada Lee in a foot race down the court, stepping through. Oh, that footwork is impeccable.
Yeah, literally textbook. I mean, Ophelia Lada Lee, the Mystics cannot find an answer for her at the moment. Every time she's getting to the basket, and she's finishing pretty much all the time as well, so.
5 seconds in the quarter. deep. 3 from Manchester as Jenkins, to end the quarter, will tie the game at 21. And Jessica Jenkins, a huge shot there at the end of the quarter for Manchester. Sheffield really felt like they had the momentum there the last couple of minutes. That run from Ophelia Lardali, she's up to 11 points, but how big a shot is that from Jessica Jenkins?
Oh, huge shot. I mean, Sheffield definitely felt like they were in the driver's seat. They did come out strong, obviously, on that 9-0 run to start off with. So, yes, they were in the lead. It was their game to start off with. They were in the driver's seat. Mystics brought it back a little bit, but, I mean, Ophelia Lardali, like I said, you cannot fault her performance at all so far. Every time she's been able to get through, she's been fast, she's been coast to coast how many times? Even when the Mystics are getting in front of her, she's using her footwork to her advantage, she's using different types of moves, and they just literally, they cannot stop her at the moment. But that 3, I mean, it really felt like Sheffield had a larger lead than that. So to hit that 3 right at the buzzer, going into the quarter, making it a tie, Sheffield will feel, I feel as if they will feel deflated, because that quarter, it felt like they played their hearts out. It felt like they should be in the driver's seat. Personally, I think they do deserve to be in the lead, because the Mystics didn't play as well as we've seen them play before, but
it's a game of runs, isn't it? And that's the thing. So you said that Sheffield were up big. They were up 9 points there in that first quarter. Manchester chipped into it, though, and it was that 9-0 run to start things, but Manchester have been able to counter that. But for Sheffield, I mean, they've been fantastic on the glass. 15 rebounds to Manchester's 9. Ophelia Lardali, we'll speak about her all game, I'm sure. She's shooting 83% from the field. And Ella Wright, 5 points for her, 3 rebounds and assists. She's obviously had to sit with those 2 fouls, but would you expect us to sit for too long, or I think we might see her in the second quarter?
I reckon you're going to have to play in the second quarter. I mean, obviously we know that she does contribute to a lot of Sheffield's scoring. Not even the scoring as well, like just setting up offense. We've seen already today, set up some plays, slow it down a bit. So it will be a shame that she's on the bench, but oh, she's there. She's keeping her on the bench anyway, but we might see her.
Might see her in a bit, yeah. So heading into the second quarter, we're all tied at 21. The winner of this game will face the winner of the game on the other court between the Milton Keynes Breakers and the Richmond Knights. Milton Keynes up 19-9 at the end of the first quarter. For Milton Keynes, Chantel Okoli with 10 points in the first quarter alone. She's also playing under 14s this weekend as well, so she's going to have a very busy weekend.
Yeah, better get them stretches in.
So back on court, it's Malik with the ball for Manchester. Smith, shots too long, picked up by Sheffield, and Jenkins will get the ball for Manchester. It's loose. Jenkins finds Williams. Anya Williams will just slow things down. Malik thought about the shot, drives to the basket, doesn't finish, and ball's loose. Picked up by who else? Lardali, as she charges down the court. Waits for the rest of the team to catch up. And Hancock going inside. What a pass and finish. And Grace Roberts will get her first points of the game.
Yeah, great offense from there by Sheffield. I mean, again, Ophelia Lardali, she could have gone to the basket, but she read the defense, read what they're doing, slowed it down, and they got a score of it still.
Well, that's a really high basketball IQ move, isn't it? Like knowing when, you know, you've got the time to be able to back out, as Malik's shot is short. Lardali with another board. She's got 5 so far, and a foul called.
I don't know who that was on. Do you know who that was on?
It was on Adebayo for the Mystics.
Oh, right.
So that's her first team foul for the Mystics. So it's Hatter's ball. Lardali against Williams. Roberts. Roberts looking for some help. Hancock. Pass is knocked away by Malik. It goes out of bounds. Sheffield get the ball back, 7 seconds on the clock. Lardali to Richards. 5 seconds. Richards, finds a path, but we got an offensive foul called. Basket's waved off, an offensive foul called on the Hatters.
Was it a moving screen? I think it might have been.
And that'll be on
Millie Lowe.
Her first. So Manchester have the ball back. It's a 2-point Hatters lead. Adebayo to Smith. Smith, deep three, splashes it in.
Yeah, they've got to get a hand in the face as well, because this Mystics team does have some shooters. When they start catching fire, the score will run up.
A team that certainly like to play on the outside. And a good D there from Malik, who forces the turnover.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, she hasn't been able to get going here, on the offensive end, but defensively, she's such a presence. I mean, she's one of them players who's, no discredit to her, like, she's a really great defender, but she's just in the way. Do you know what I mean?
She's that's not a criticism at all. I like to say it, they're a pesky defender. They stand in the way. They're so annoying. Look, there she is again.
Oh,
but
travel.
2 travels in a row, forced by Mojan Malik just being in the way.
So she's a contender for the pesky defender of the game. Yeah.
She is, and you're going to turn that into a song later, because that rhymes.
Something like that. We need to not forget to give the award out.
We'll have Isha's pesky defender of the game after every game.
Yeah.
You can jump in.
If I remember, yeah.
Adebayo, but that's the importance of a player like Malik, who she can score and she will score for this team when she gets going, as she does right there, right on cue. But she doesn't have to score to impact the game. She does all that work off the ball that doesn't always show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah, and even when she doesn't get to the basket, I mean, just her attacking the basket, she brings so many defenders in, because they would have known Sheffield when they're doing scout, Mojan Malik, don't let her score. And we have seen that today. They have done a pretty decent job on her, to be fair. But even when she's driving, all the defenders coming in, she's making space for all the Mystics to create an offense. So
exactly. So Whitney Lutakome checked in that last break for the Hatters, and we will see Ella Wright back in for Sheffield.
Interesting enough, though, Ophelia Lardalee's going off for the first time.
Yeah, she played the full first quarter. Malik to the basket and draws the whistle. So Mojan Malik head into the line. And it's a case sometimes, isn't it? Sometimes it can be frustrating when you don't see your shot dropping to start with, but you just have to keep going, don't you? It's going to drop, and you just have to be persistent. Exactly,
and that's literally what Mojan's done today. Just because she missed a few, she's carried on. I mean, she hasn't let it stop her. But all credit to Ophelia Lardalee. I mean, she did such a great job on it defensively, and she subbed off now. I mean, she probably was tired. She played the full first quarter. Mojan got to the rack, and as soon as she's come off, she's got fouled just at the line. So let's see it'll be interesting to see who's marking Mojan now as well, actually.
And Mojan Malik, the MVP of the National Cup final back in January against the Richmond Knights.
Tri-Nations MVP as well.
She's a winner.
Yeah, she really is.
Mojan Malik, as Ella Wright, bullet pass. Lutakome underneath the basket, it's stolen away. Malik has it, going all the way to the basket. And a finish there from Malik. Tasimi Kasinda in for the Mystics. Richards. Adebayo got a hand on the ball, but stays with Sheffield. Hancock's shot is no good as Malik has the ball. Malik stepping through to the basket and again draws the whistle. And she's very good at that, isn't she, Mojan Malik? She will drive to the basket. She's either going to put it in or draw a foul most of the time.
Definitely. I mean, as well, she looks like she's woken up a bit now as well. A 10 a.m. tip is early. It really is.
And it's not just starting at 10, is it? You got to practice, you got to get ready, you got to get here.
Exactly. I mean, I was speaking to her early in the week, and she said she was going to wake up at like 6:45, something ridiculous like that. That is far too early. I didn't even wake up that early for school, and she's waking up that early for her finals, but you know, it's what it is.
So first is good for Malik. She was named to the All-Star 5 team at the Junior Final Fours this time last year, playing under 14s, but a tip there from Kasinda as she gets the Mystics another chance on offense. Williams, 4 seconds, ball's loose. Wright controlling it for the Hatters. Richards in the corner. Back to Wright. Three's too strong, tipped, and decision on the floor. Ball will go with the Mystics, and we'll see Molly Windle back in for the Hatters as Millie Lowe takes the seat.
Yeah, but again, like, they need to box out, the Mystics, they do. They have been getting more rebounds now, to be fair, but have we actually seen any proper box outs? I'd say no.
We'll have a box out judge, and Hannah Alty and Hannah Shaw can be the deciders on the panel for the box out panel. I'm thinking of loads of ways to make basketball, loads of extra bits to add to basketball.
Literally.
So, Ophelia Lardley will be back in, and Evie Richards takes a seat for Sheffield. Lardley against Malik. Out to Richards. Ball's tipped. Stays with Sheffield. And intercepted again by Malik. Racing down the court, passes off to Williams.
A lovely fast break, Clark. That was beautiful to watch.
And Manchester are a team, they like to run, they like to play fast, and Anya Williams is constantly, she does not stop moving out there on the basketball court.
I know, yeah, and like especially for Sheffield, like, it's annoying when you got to play players who are just constantly moving around.
It's tiring, isn't it, just to keep up with them. And a steal at the other end, Katie Hancock trying to chase down the rebound.
I think that was another moment there, the whistle moment. They all stopped. Something on the court there. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, we've got, I think it's some tape. I think some tape's fallen off.
Something like that. Not our job.
Malik to Adebayo. Adebayo and Hancock at the other end, knocking the ball out of bounds. Forces Manchester to have to reset. So it's a 8-point lead for the Mystics, their biggest lead of the game so far. Williams to Adebayo. Malik turns and fires a three, bounces out and looking for that not to drop, but Kacinda fighting hard on the boards as it's chased down by Windle. Right. Lardley finds a path to the basket, gets her own rebound, fouls called on the putback, but Ophelia Lardley, Isha, 8 rebounds in the game so far, along with her 11 points, and she's going to go to the foul line.
Yeah, I mean, what an amazing performance already. We're literally only 16 minutes into the game.
She's played 13 of them.
Yeah, but rightly so. I mean, if you're going to pop stats out, she's almost got a double-double. She's on track for a double-double, but at half-time. I don't be surprised. But again, half of that comes down to the Mystics still not boxing out. Why is no boxing out? They're playing against a team that's taller than them. They've got like 0 height advantage, and they're still not boxing out. I don't know. Don't know what else to say. I literally don't know what else to say.
Lardley goes 2 of 2 from the line, leads all scorers with 13. It cuts the lead down to 6. Malik to Williams. Williams through traffic, doesn't drop. Ball's loose, picked up by Wright. Wright. Lutsakome. Back to Wright. Into Windle. Windle's doubled and draws the oh, that's a travel call.
Anya Williams was stressed out then. I hope everyone saw that reaction because she thought she got called for a foul. Good defense though, good help defense.
Very good defense, yeah. And Manchester will have the ball back. And on the other court, Richmond have cut the Milton Keynes Breakers lead down to 6 on court 2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top.
Jenkins.
Oh, good hands.
Ball's out of bounds. Ella Wright getting in the way on defense.
Yeah, definitely another contender for a pesky defender.
Manchester to inbound. Malik. Oh, spins, hangs in the air. Shot bounces out, unlucky for that not to drop, but Kacinda fighting for the offensive rebound. Adebayo, ball tipped away by Windle. Good hands there from Molly Windle, just coming up out of nowhere to knock the ball away.
Yeah, great defensive effort from Sheffield. What is the shot clock on? I think they reset it by accident.
They're going to stop and reset it, so we will have a substitution for Manchester in a second, but it's a 31-25 lead for the Mystics over the Hatters. As Molly Barton gets ready to check in. And coming up after this game, on court one, we've got the London Stars against the London Thunder in the under-16 boys semi-final. And the under-16 boys other semi-final will be between the Sussex Storm and London Elite. And then on the backcourt, we've got the Manchester Mystics and the Richmond Knights. And you can catch all those games all live on the Basketball England YouTube channel. And we'll be doing it all again tomorrow. 24 games over the weekend. You don't want to be anywhere else. But back out on court, Malik. Left-hand layup, scoops it in.
That was a really interesting play there. Did you see that? The inline play, the endline play.
The inbound.
Yeah. They just forced that mismatch, and then obviously Molly Winders on Mojan, she was able to get to the rack.
Able to take advantage of it. As Kacinda spins in the lane to the basket. Gets her own rebound. Fighting for it. Kacinda saves it in. Barton out to Williams, and a long three from Anya Williams, making it rain.
How has she done that then? How has she done that from that far out?
She may as well have been studying Wally Rain shooting that.
Literally, yeah.
Right, kicks it out to Lada Lee. Lada Lee looks to answer. Can't get it to drop, ball's tipped. Lada Lee chases it down. Right, against Williams, 5 seconds on the shot clock, 4 seconds, right, puts it up and off the rim. Had a little bit more time than I think she thought she might have done.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough in the finals. Oh,
as Anya Williams takes the lead into double figures for Manchester. And we've got a timeout called by head coach Georgia Gale for the Hatters, who wants to talk it over with the team. But a strong run for Manchester here this quarter, Isha. 17-4 to Manchester over the Hatters.
Yeah, definitely just look more awake now. They're more settled into the game. They've settled in. Obviously, first quarter from the Mystics was a bit shaky. Sheffield, they came out fighting, but they slowed down a bit this quarter. I think a lot of it is to do, to be fair, with the Manchester's defense. I mean, they were pesky and aggressive in the first quarter, but they've been more so in the second. I mean, they're getting their hands in the lane, they're getting a lot of tips. Like I said before, there's so many players who are getting tips, and I mean, some of them obviously don't show up on the stats because they might not have got possession, but they're just knocking out of bounds, things like that. And we just saw then, we've seen that a few times already, the shot clock is running down. But if you keep getting them tips, goes out of bounds, it takes, reduce the amount of time they have to set up an offense, and then they have to jack up shots like that. They don't really have a choice, so.
And it's a case, isn't it, you've just got to kind of chip into it like that. That's how you kind of counter the height advantage that Sheffield have got. Like you say, those tips, because you might not be able to grab the rebound and secure it, but tip it into someone's hands.
Yeah, definitely, and they've just definitely more comfortable going against Sheffield's height as well. First quarter, they didn't know what to do against them.
And it's kind of sort of, you grow into the game, don't you? You find your feet in the game. But over,
no pun intended, grow into the game, yeah.
Over on court two, the Richmond Knights making a comeback, tied the game at 27-all with the Milton Keynes Breakers in the under-16 girls game. We're keeping an eye on that one, Isha. I mean, we could basically watch two games at the same time.
We literally could. We might as well commentate for both of them as well. You do this game, I'll do that game.
We're on a camera somewhere as Molly Windle takes it to the basket.
I was distracted. I don't know what happened there, but good job, Molly Windle.
And Kacinda again. Taz Kacinda, she works so hard. She puts in these like really difficult shots, and she just again really quietly goes about her work, doing a really solid job, whatever the team needed to do.
Yeah, she really does. I mean, that was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. But there you go. Just doing what the team needs her to do. She's stole the ball. She's being aggressive defensively. She's come out and she's come out fighting. Yeah. I don't know how she made that shot down there. Just taking in that contact, able to finish. Admirable play. That's a really tough shot. She's also got 5 rebounds. But Ella Wright there, drawing the foul, will put her back at the line, trying to cut into this 13-point Mystics lead. She'll get the first to go. And Ella Wright, as we said, she's got that experience playing for the SLB Hatters this season. Played in a couple of games. They got her first points against the London Lions in April and goes 2 of the 2 from the line there. But how good is it, Isha, to see younger players like her playing at the under-16 level and then getting the opportunity at the highest level in the country in the SLB? I mean, it can be good. It can be bad also. But I'm not going to be negative about it. I mean, it's a great opportunity for great experience, to play with older players who have experience, to play against better competition. That's always good. And there is some like negatives too, but we're not going to go into them. We're not trying to be negative on the stream.
It helps you grow into the game. As Katie Hancock puts the ball in the basket and cuts the lead down to 9.
It's still anyone's game at this point. It's still anyone's game.
We've got a lot of time to play. Barton, Williams, both knocked out of bounds, stays with Manchester. As we have a substitution. Izzy Oldcroft checks in for the first time for Manchester. Tiana Walker back in as well.
The only player on this Mystics team who can match height-wise.
And Lada Lee, after that last rebound, she has a double-double in the first half, 13 and 10. That's incredible. As we approach the final minute of the half, Kacinda hands off to Williams. Williams, long three. That's off. Who's there for the rebound? Kacinda picking up the foul. She's going to go to the line. She's everywhere on court.
She really is. Just as you said, she's getting about to work quietly. That's what, 6 rebounds now. Yep. She's got 2 points, and now she's taking it to the free throw line as well. She's just putting in so much effort. But we do have opposing calls here, so the shot that hit the rim, right?
It looked like it did from here, so they're going to be discussing whether it was a shot clock violation, aren't they? So did the shot hit the rim? If it did, Taz Kacinda was there. Yes, ball did hit the rim. So resets the shot clock. Kacinda was fouled on the shot that she was going to put back in. Grace Roberts picks up the foul, and Taz Kacinda goes to the line.
I mean, all the players are ready to shoot anyway, regardless of the outcome. They're all set up.
And Kacinda, a player that's represented England at the Under-14 Tri-Nations tournament last year. She's come through Aspire at the Under-13 and Under-15 level. Played for the Lancashire Spinners before making the move to the Manchester Mystics. And gets the second one to go.
There's a lot of talent out on the court there today. And the other court as well.
All over the court. In this building, Isha. As Lada Lee looks for an answer off the rim. Windle's there. Gets her own rebound. Fighting for it against Barton. Windle again with the offensive board. Can't finish. But Sheffield have the ball.
How many times does someone need to get a rebound before you think, oh, I'm going to box her out?
Manchester come away with it. 1 second difference between the shot and game clock. Williams to the basket. Gets it to drop, and Anya Williams up to 15 points personal. Leads back up to 12 for Manchester. 8 seconds in the half. Right. Looks for the screen. Pulls up from 3. Won't drop. And at the end of the first half, ooh, that nearly went in. At the end of the first half, it's a 43-31 lead for the Manchester Mystics over the Sheffield Hatters. And Manchester have been led by 15 points from Anya Williams. She's also picked up an assist. She's dropped in 1 3-pointer. And alongside her, 9 points from Tiana Walker, 2 steals, 2 rebounds. And then for the Sheffield Hatters, Ophelia Lardley with that double-double, 13 points and 10 rebounds and a block in the first half alone. And 7 points from Ella Wright, along with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. So Isha, it's still anyone's game. As we said, both teams have had their runs. It was a 9-0 start for Sheffield. Manchester, as we said, they grew into the game and coming out onto the court. So they're going to take a break now for half-time. They'll come out into the third quarter. What do you want to see? You want to see them box out, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, amongst other things, but yeah, there's the one thing that stands out the most at the moment in their game is that boxing out, because let's just look at Sheffield's rebounding, like 28 rebounds compared to Manchester's 26. That's besides the point though, it's the offensive ones. That's 11 extra chances that Sheffield have had to score. Like, that's the way you have to picture it, because if Manchester do get to the final, that's going to be, them little things are going to be what counts. They're the little things that count in this game. Yeah. They're little things that count in every game. But more so in the final, that could be the difference between you winning and losing. So if they don't try and implement that now, then when they get to, not that this game doesn't count, but when they get to the final where, oh, whole championship's on the line, like, that's going to hurt. Oh, no, we lost because we didn't box out. So start doing it now.
It's the little things, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the
really
little things to the game. But it's all, you know, you have to go through those spells and kind of learn it and figure out that that's what you need to do and that's how you need to adjust. And for Sheffield, we've seen how good Ophelia Lardaley's been out there for the team. I mean, a double-double already in the first half. She's been absolutely huge. She's been able to find a way to get to the basket, and just her footwork, the way she moves through. She's been it's great to watch, and Sheffield will want to see more of that in the second half. Yeah,
100%. I mean, she's just able to find a way through the defense. Some of it might be fault for Manchester defense. I mean, sometimes she's getting past her player. All credit to her, the move's amazing. Then sometimes the help defense isn't coming off like early enough. So maybe a miscommunication there, but yeah, her moves are just really good. She's a quick player. She's gone to coast how many times? So it's just great to see a player of such great caliber on the floor, really. So yeah, hopefully she keeps it up and she keeps that momentum going for Sheffield. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second quarter.
So another half basketball hit still to come. There we are. Look, we're on camera. Which camera are we on? Where are we? Here we go. This one, I can see you. Welcome in, everyone, onto the Basketball England YouTube channel. Stick with us throughout the day. We've got loads of great basketball coming up. 12 games today, 12 games tomorrow. That's 24 games. That's a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
Get your split screen going. Come on down to the National Basketball Performance Centre. There is so much talent out there on all three of these courts. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic weekend, a brilliant display of youth basketball. It's the best and biggest weekend in the youth basketball calendar. National Cup Finals, it's one day, so I've thought that through. Don't think I've not thought that through. It is the best weekend.
What about Aspire All-Stars?
That's a three-day event. It's not a two-day weekend. So you can't. I've got this.
Thought about this. I was just trying to catch you off guard, because it's also a lot of talking for you. 24 games. I'm
only gonna talk on 8 of them.
Oh yeah,
so
forgot about that.
So we'll be bringing you all alive. I mean, I'm not in 3 places at once.
I think you should try to be.
We tried to clone me, but then we couldn't figure out how to do it.
Maybe for next year. Maybe if Basketball England's budget increases, maybe. Yeah.
So we're just going to take a quick break for half-time, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes' time. Keep it locked to the Basketball England YouTube channel. You don't want to miss a second of the action. Welcome back to the National Basketball Performance Centre as we get ready for the second half in the first semi-final in the under-16 girls game between the Manchester Mystics and the Sheffield Hatters. Manchester with a 12-point lead as we head into the third quarter. They have been led by Anya Williams, 15 points personal for her. Manchester were down early on in the first quarter. They came back from a 9-point deficit to take a 13-point lead in the second. Sheffield having cut that down to 12. But Isha, still a lot of basketball to play in this game.
Yeah, there's loads. I mean, sorry, there's like 2 quarters. That's how much. But yeah, sorry for those at home. We just have people shouting out here. Anyway. Yeah, it's a lot of basketball to be played. I mean, Sheffield, they came out well. Hopefully they can carry on what they started in that first quarter. It'll be interesting to see how they come out. Also the Mystics as well, they definitely woke up in that second quarter as well. So hopefully they can carry on, bring that with momentum. And yeah, hopefully it stays a close game.
Yeah, and for Sheffield as well, we've seen, you know, they've been really dominant rebounding-wise. They're certainly using their height advantage to their advantage. And Manchester, they've done a good job being able to counter it, but certainly something Sheffield can look to take advantage of.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we saw them initially, the Mystics, they struggle, apologies, they struggle to find a way to score against that height. They were shying away, they weren't being that aggressive, but yeah, they did much better second quarter. There you go.
As Moja Malik gets things started for Manchester, straight off the bat, ball's in the basket, and Malik up to 9 points. So Sheffield looking to chip into this lead. Right, out to the corner, Lada Lee spins against Williams, runs into traffic, draws the foul, and that's what Ophelia Lada Lee does really well like that. 2 defenders, she steps through. The way she moves to the basket, she's just able to take the contact and get that foul.
Yeah, I mean, she's got that experience as well to know how to do that, but we've seen her do that all game. I mean, she's found her way to the basket, but she doesn't just drive head down, just try and get through all the defenders. She uses her moves to advantage. She's got a deep bag, as they say. She really goes deep into that bag. And then, yeah, gets her way to the line.
Certainly has. Started playing for Sheffield at just 8 years old. Represented England at the under-15s and under-14s. And that experience out there last summer at the GB European Championships. Had a big 6.5 steal game against Bosnia and Herzegovina as the ball is out of bounds. And it will stay Sheffield ball, so a 13-point deficit for the Hatters. Lada Lee finds Wright. Wright, hands off to Richards. Out to Lowe, long 3, too strong, picked up and put back in by Lada Lee.
Who else was going to be there other than her? But no, the Sheffield, they've been really great offensive rebounding, not just Ophelia Lada, all of them. They've rebounded as a unit, they've all been crushing the boards, and they've got a lot of second chance points off that. Or opportunities, should I say.
And Molly Barton gets the friendly roll for the Hatters. Leads back down to 13. Lada Lee passes out. Right. Back out to Lada Lee. She's got loads of space. Shot will spin out. Unlucky for that one not to drop, but that's something that Manchester need to close down on because you can't leave Lada Lee open, well, anywhere on the court.
Yeah, literally. She needs to get a hand in that face. Maybe she needs to be face guarded, but we'll see what approach they take because they definitely would have spoke about her in that halftime meeting.
Certainly will. Barton. Holdcroft inside, and Jessica Jenkins takes a hard fall as a foul's called. So ball, sideline ball for Manchester. In court two's game, the Richmond Knights and Milton Keynes Breakers. Richmond have a 4-point lead against the Breakers. Oldcroft to Williams. Williams, step back three, bounces off. Ball's loose, picked up. Who's got it? Lada Lee has it. That was rhetorical because I couldn't see. There was a ref in the way. Lada Lee, all the way to the basket, draws the foul.
And again, there she's gone coast to coast. Like she has the skill set, she has the speed to be able to do that. Because no discredit to Mystics, because it's not like they've just been stood miles away from her letting her go there. They have been putting that pressure on, but she's just able to get through them. She's able to absorb the pressure and just able to continue and get her way there.
She just takes advantage of it, doesn't she? And that's to see that and to see her be able to do that at such a young age as well. Like I think it's super exciting to see how much more she's going to develop. In the case of all the players that we've got out here, like this is the under 16s level, and look at how well they're playing at this age, and it's I think the future for basketball in this country is so bright, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
As Malik hangs in the air. Oh, that was a tough move from Mojan Malik.
Again, another player who has got a deep bag, and she went deep in her bag to get that move. Actually, not that deep. She's got a very deep bag. That was just like surface level deep.
Halfway down.
Yeah, halfway.
Three doesn't drop for Sheffield. Ball's on the floor, and looking for a jump ball to be called, but it was a foul called.
Oh, they called. I was gonna say, he just pointed the wrong way, didn't he? Yeah, I mean, yes, they got the foul, but I feel like they easily could have gotten that ball then. That was like 50-50 if it was a jump ball or a foul. And again, because they didn't box out, how many times? How many times are we going to say box out this game, Kaz?
We need a counter. We'll get a counter on the screen. Barton to Malik. Malik, great D there from Richards, forces Malik to have to pass out. Barton with 3 seconds. Williams takes it to the rack and puts it in.
Great take there. See, she went aggressive. She attacked the basket, but she took it over the defense. She wasn't scared. She wasn't moving away, which was what they were doing in the first quarter. They were trying to move away from the taller players, try and get it over, but they're just going up.
You got to take it, haven't
you?
As Jenkins comes away with the steal, ball's tipped. And we'll go Manchester's way as Grace Roberts checks back in for Sheffield.
Yeah, that was unlucky. I mean, nice idea, but then that's again, like, we know the Manchester Mystics teams love to fast break, got all age groups, 14s, 16s, 18s, D1, everywhere. They're trying to run.
The organisation really sets the tone that they have defence and then run.
Yeah, literally.
Hancock out to right in the corner, 3 short.
That was a good box out from Annie Williams there. We respect that one.
Malik to Williams. Oldcroft. And a cut there from Jenkins. Takes her up to 5 points. Right place, right time. That's a textbook cut to the basket.
Oh, it really is. But it's great to see that. I mean, we spoke as well about the Mystics running a lot as a club, but it's great to see that they're able to set up an offense and not just struggle when they can't get them best fast breaks.
Lada Lee from downtown hits the 3.
She can get it done everywhere. She can drive, she can shoot. It's really tough ask as a defender to defend a player like that.
As Barton can't finish at the rim. Ball's out of bounds, comes over to the table, and that's what makes Lada Lee so difficult, because yes, she can shoot from 3, she can go inside, she can take it to the basket, she's got a mid-range, like, as you said, she can just do a bit of everything, and how do you guard someone that can do a bit of everything? Because she's gonna, if her shot's not on, she's gonna take it to the basket.
Yeah, and she's just in a really, because Mystics' defense on her has been pretty decent, but she's just able to still find a way there. She just adapts to the situation.
Malik works against Lada Lee. 6 seconds. Jenkins calling for it inside. Has to pass out. Williams is there. Williams, a long 3, too strong. Hancock grabs the rebound. And Windle at the other end. Great finish there from Molly Windle. Putting the ball in the basket. Malik. Oldcroft inside against Windle. Jenkins fading away, no good. Malik grabs the rebound for Manchester. Barton. Barton needs some help to pass out of it. Lada Lee steals the ball, racing down the court, all alone, and all just comes off the front of the rim. Malik round to Williams. Williams will try a three, and she'll nail it. And Anya Williams.
What a way to answer back.
A huge shot there from Williams. Takes her up to 20 points in the game. Ophelia Lardley for the Hatters also on 20 points along with 11 rebounds. But Anya Williams, Isha, she's just been incredible for Manchester.
Yeah, definitely. And we saw her in the cup final as well. I mean, obviously we're going to keep going back to that. But yeah, she had a great performance there. One of the contenders for the MVP. Obviously, Moja Matt got away with it. But yeah, today she's been amazing. We know defensively she's aggressive. She's been up in their faces. She did a brilliant job. She did a brilliant job on the 12 play as well. Despite the fact she's a bit smaller, she's just able to be aggressive. She's another one. She's able to adapt to who she's marking. Sometimes she might have to move her feet and get there and get in the way. Sometimes she has to be aggressive. She has to be, you know what I mean, push them out kind of. So she did a good job of that. But offensively, we know she can score, but she's able to score and she's able to set up the offense. If you give it to her, she'll slow it down. She'll set something up. But today she's been able to get to the rack. She's not been scared. She's gone up aggressively. And that's why she got 20 points, yeah.
It certainly is. And alongside her, Moja Malik, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals and a block. She's been doing a bit of everything. We spoke about she had maybe a slow start by her standards,
yeah,
scoring-wise, but it didn't matter because she was doing everything else she needed to out in her court.
Yeah, I mean, just it's lucky that the Mystics able to have 2 players of such high caliber like that on a team. And both of them too, Moja Malik, Anya Williams, Sian Walker and Taz Kacinda, all 4 of them have another season under 16s yet, so just imagine what they're going to be like in a few years. Like, it's crazy that I'm even saying that. They've got another another year under 14, 16s.
When you've just got all that time to keep developing, and for the Hatters, they're looking to cut into this 16-point deficit. Roberts, what a save from Grace Roberts. Williams picks it up. Jenkins racing down the court and goes back with the Hatters. And for Sheffield, Isha, so we've spoken about Ophelia Lardley, those 20 points, 11 rebounds, a steal and a block. Ella Wright also adding in 7 points, 6 rebounds and 3 assists for Sheffield. But she had to sit a little bit in the first half, picked up those 2 fouls, currently on 3. So that's a bit of a problem for Sheffield.
Oh, 100%, because like offensively, yes, she can score. She slows it down again, sets up an offense, but foul called. Anyway, her efforts on defense are what they're going to miss the most, because she's such a aggressive defender. I mean, as we said, she has experience at SLB. She knows, she's used to marking players who are quick, who can get to the basket, and she's done an amazing job today. Whichever player she's been on, she's been in their face, she's been getting tips, she's been aggressive. So her efforts, I think, are going to be missed more on the defensive end.
So Renee Ironimakis at the foul line, doesn't get the first one to go. She was playing for the under-14 Hatters last year. Had 19 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists in their 3rd and 4th place game against the Kingston Lions. A player that's also come through Aspire. So Allcroft inside. Jenkins, and travel called. And we'll see Sally Robinson into the game for the first time for Manchester, picking up her first minutes in this second half.
It's been quite funny a lot of times in this game where they've called travels and all the players have been reacting like, that was not a foul, that was not a foul, hands on heads. And then the relief when they realise it was a travel.
And travel on the other end for the Hatters.
A lot of travels this game, which is interesting.
I think it's just that it can be, sometimes it's the pace that these teams play with. So sometimes when you're so fast, sometimes your feet are almost ahead of your brain.
And as well, credit the defense has been really good as well, forcing people to travel.
It certainly has on both sides for both teams. So a jump ball called stays with Manchester.
It really has actually. Reflecting on the game so far, I mean, both teams, credit to them 100% because they've been very aggressive. It's been a really good display of defense
it certainly has. Robinson to Jenkins. Into Aldcroft. Aldcroft's doubled. Good hands there from Roberts, who pokes the ball away. Ironimakis, hand off to Lardley, who puts the ball in the basket.
Nice
Barton
find.
inside. Shot doesn't go. Jenkins with a big rebound out to Williams. Shot spins out. Oldcroft. That was a good box out.
It was pretty decent.
As Barton, 3 won't drop. Manchester with another chance though on offense. The offensive rebounding here has worked out for them in the 3rd quarter.
They're doing their best impression of Sheffield so far in this game.
Williams back out to Oldcroft. Too strong. Lada Lee has it. Ironi Makis just trailing her, but Lada Lee takes it to the basket. She's up to 24 points personal, and her impact is undeniable. Leeds cut down to 11. Robinson's 3 won't drop. Lada Lee. Final 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter, and Lada Lee will go to the foul line. She has drawn 6 fouls so far in the game, Isha, including that one.
I mean, yeah, as we said, she's experienced. She knows how to draw the defenders in, and because she's so quick as well, that always helps, because by the time she's at the basket, the players don't even know they blunk and she's gone. Do you know what I mean? No disrespect to them, obviously. No disrespect.
No, she's so quick. It's a compliment to her. She's so quick. Marnie Friday checks in for Manchester as Lada Lee. It's her 25th point of the game.
Yeah, what a performance that she's had so far. And we still got another 12 minutes to play yet, so...
She's incredible as the second one's short. She's also had some experience playing WBBL for the Sheffield Hatters last season. Got some points against the Nottingham Wildcats last year, as she'll take a well-deserved substitution. She's not stopped, has she?
No, she really hasn't. And it's the fact that she's not tired either, because every time she's the first one on the fast break. The amount of times where she's been wide open on the fast break, she's just rapid.
Friday thought about the shot,
Travel,
drives inside, and a double dribble called.
It looked like it didn't look like a travel, because she caught it and then jumped up. Did you see that? Or was it just me?
I think it was a kind of bit of both.
Yeah, okay.
So Sheffield have a chance to cut this down to single digits. Right. Out to the corner, Roberts. Right, has some space. Windle calling for it inside, has the mismatch. Windle with a spin. Not that time. Williams leads the charge for Manchester, all the way to the basket, gets the roll. And Anya Williams, 22 points. Right. Ironi Makis inside, fouls called. And Ironi Makis heads back to the foul line since she's been on the court for the Hatters, Isha. Got to the foul line a couple of times. Played just over 4 minutes so far, but had a real impact in the time that she's played on court.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, every time she's drove to basket, she's been aggressive, and that's why she's getting to the line. She's drawing the defense in. And we've seen that from both teams, seen it in glimpses so far in this game. I mean, we know it's a final, people are nervous, whatever, but the people, so there's been a lot of times they've not been aggressive. Like, they've been attacking the basket, but they've been hesitant. It's like they're driving to pass it out and not driving to attack, but she's done a great job at actually driving to score.
She certainly has. Someone that was with the City of Leeds Basketball Club before joining the Sheffield Hatters. And can't get the bounce. Windle's there for the rebound. Windle, and Barton takes it away. Intercepted by Wright. Wright with pace, stops. Finds Hancock. Sorry, that was low. As Malik spins to the basket, and a great finish there from Moja Malik. Calm, composed, just puts the ball in the hoop.
Yeah, no, just, again, deep in her bag. Every time she attacks the basket, she pulls out a different move.
Right. Low, hands back to Wright. And nice handoff there as Windle puts it in the hoop.
That was a poor defensive rotation as well. I mean, the help came, but who was helping the helper?
11 seconds left in the quarter. Malik. Barton calling for it. Time and space for three. Won't drop. Malik with the rebound. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. It's a 12-point Mystics lead, 60-48 over the Sheffield Hatters. Ophelia Lardley leading all scorers with a huge 25-point game here in the third. She's already got 12 rebounds and a steal. And for Manchester, Anya Williams, 22 points, 3 rebounds, an assist and a steal. So that quarter tied at 17 all for both teams. It was just that kind of lull in the second quarter that we saw the 22-10 run for Manchester over Sheffield.
Yeah, I mean, that second quarter, all credit to Manchester, because they came out and they kind of changed the game. They came out really slow in that first quarter. We say slow, but
it's by their standards.
Yeah,
I think,
by their standards it's slow. Like, don't expect Sheffield, because yeah, Sheffield came out fighting. They were aggressive defensively, and that's why it was a tight game. Again, the similar story in this quarter, really. I mean, it was a little bit less scoring. Both teams kind of slowed down a bit offensively. But yeah, Sheffield, they're just going to have to slowly chip away. We would have said that at the half-time, actually. They got to chip away the score. I mean, they tried to chip away this quarter. It's not quite worked because it's a draw. But this quarter now, fourth quarter, last 10 minutes, they're going to have to find something. It's not going to be a blink of an eye, oh, we're up now. It's going to have to be an effort throughout the whole quarter. You have to get some stops and then try and convert on the other end. But I feel as if they're going to have to play Ophelia Lardley and Ella Wright. I mean, I know Ella Wright got in foul trouble, but they're going to have to try and play this quarter. It's now or never.
So 10 more minutes. The winner of this game plays the winner of the Richmond Knights and the Milton Keynes Breakers. That's taking place right now over on court 2. And the Milton Keynes Breakers have a 49-43 lead with just about a minute left in the third quarter. We'll certainly be keeping an eye on that one. Chantel Okoli is going off, 20 points for her and 14 rebounds. And we're in the third quarter already.
Oh, a lot of double-doubles going around today. Something in the air, maybe. No joking, they're just really good players. That's what's going around. Great talent all over, that's what's happening.
Leading the way for the Richmond Knights, it's Bad Isaac, 15 points for her. But back out on court here, we've got one more quarter to play. So we don't have an update on the score for you on the under-14 boys game between Milton Keynes and the London Legends. If we get one, we'll let you know. That's right. Unopposed to the basket, and a great start there for the Hatters. Leads down to 10. And just as you said, Isha, Ella Wright's going to do what she needs to do. Robinson. Shot bounces off. Malik with the rebound, but it's tipped. Roberts fighting for the ball. And that'll be a foul called on Malik.
Yeah, that's unlucky. But I think there's been a lot of fouls this game where it's kind of, as a coach, you can live with that foul because it's showing that players are being aggressive, they're wanting to get the ball. They've not been silly fouls where it's like, I'm just going to smack the player, I'm just going to push the player while she's going to the basket and give her an and one. They've been like fouls that you can live with, yeah.
Yeah.
As Samit Nazarani said last week after Reading won, they had a lot of fouls in that game, but they're fouls the coach you want to live with because it means your team's being aggressive.
Certainly, as Muriam Malik, another 2 points for her, up to 15 points personal, increases the Manchester lead back to 12. Right, hands over. That's a great finish underneath the basket for Lowe. Leads back down to 10. It's just a back and forth game.
Oh, it really is. Both teams just getting someone driving in, drawing in all the defenders, and they're just finding the open player.
Lowe secures the rebound. Malik steals it. Adebayo to Walker. Walker splits the defense, steps through. And Tiana Walker, 11 points for her and 3 rebounds as the ball's tipped out of bounds. But it was Tiana Walker in that National Cup under-16 game back in January when Manchester played the Richmond Knights. She had a massive rebound to secure that 2-point win for Manchester. She was so big on defense in that game.
Yeah, she really was. She really brought that energy, and we've seen her do the exact same thing here today. She knows what she needs to do on defense, and she just gets it done. She really sets the tone for that team.
Roberts for Sheffield. Running down the court. And Katie Hancock fouled as she goes up to put the shot back in. So that will put Hancock at the foul line for 2. And substitution as Taz Kacinda back in for Manchester.
Yeah, that's Mojan Malik's 3rd foul. But I mean, it's the 4th quarter. We can live with that again. But I feel like that foul was needed because, obviously not a foul, just something, a dead ball was needed because the game's been so up and down in this quarter so far. Just every team just dribbling. Shots missed, again, dribble. Someone needs to slow it down, kind of set up an offense, just stop kind of the headless chickens as we describe it sometimes.
Katie Hancock gets the 2nd free throw, leads back down to 10. Walker, in off the glass. Tiana Walker. And Mojan Malik steals the ball away, lays it in, and an easy 2 for Malik. And that's what she does so well. She just takes that ball out of her opponent's hands.
Yeah, she just knows when the right time is to... She just knows how to do without fouling, basically. Yeah.
And that's really tough as well, isn't it? To be able to position yourself defensively for someone that gets so many steals as she does, and to not commit the foul.
Yeah, and especially for a taller player as well, because she's a lot of the time, because she's so good defensively, she was marking someone smaller, and it is more difficult to get that ball, especially, yeah, when they're closer to the ground, I guess. Is the only way of describing it.
As the ball's knocked out of bounds, Manchester will have it.
But yeah, this quarter so far, I mean, the Mystics, their hands have been everywhere. They've been getting tips, and that's why they've been getting scores. Sheffield, they've been trying to go quickly to get scores, which is kind of understandable, but they don't need the scores right now. We've got 7 minutes to slowly get them.
So it's a lot of time, isn't it? You take it kind of possession by possession, just for the... Oh, what a move to the basket as Casinda puts it in, driving on the baseline. Finds a gap.
And that is what Tascalinda does so well. Another player, she has them moves. She knows how to get the basket. She knows how to read the defense and adapt to what they're doing just to find a way there.
As ball's out of bounds. Right, diving on the floor, trying to grab it. Stays with the Hatters. And over on court 2, the Knights are making another comeback. They've cut the lead down to 3 against the Breakers in the 4th quarter. So, Sheffield ball. Roberts using her speed to the basket. Grace Roberts will go to the foul line.
Yeah, great attack there from Grace Roberts. So she went aggressively. Yeah,
really, and she's so quick. So quick to the basket, as we'll see Lada Lee check into the game and Katie Hancock to the bench. And Grace Roberts, she's playing in her 1st season for the Hatters at under-16, also playing under-14s as well. And at under-14s, she's been averaging 20 points per game so far this season, dropped a season-high 40 points earlier. A player that came through the Scarborough Seahawks and York Eagles at the under-13s level.
And Mojan Malik's now on 4 fouls. I didn't realise that foul was on her, but...
So that's that could be a bit of a tricky position for Manchester with 7 minutes to go. So Roberts' first doesn't fall. She was part of the UK 50 showcase last month, where she was named one of the showcase's team players for the under-14, under-15s teams that was selected by the coaches. Just a great player that you love to have on your team. You can see there defending Malik. Casinda. Malik's open. Shots up. Short. Lada Lee with the rebound. Ball's loose. It picked up by Lada Lee. Finds Roberts. Out to Windle. Windle for 3. Hits it! Molly Windle drains a 3.
She can do it all. She's got post moves and she can hit them 3-pointers. I love that from Molly Windle.
Show them what you can do, Molly Windle. As Walker's shot bounces out, Windle grabs the rebound.
She's everywhere. She's everywhere.
Lada Lee to the basket. Doesn't drop. Rebound. Sheffield.
But that's 2 possessions in a row now. We've seen the Mystics actually get back and be able to stop Ophelia Lada Lee. So, and definitely improvement from them.
Roberts to the basket, nice drive and finish. Sorry, Robinson, and Sally Robinson will get her first points of the game. 15-point Manchester lead. Lada Lee, out to right from deep. That one's off. Kacinda gets her 8th rebound of the game. Stepping through to the basket, draws the whistle, and Taz Kacinda to the foul line for 2. And Evie Richards back in for the Hatters, Anya Williams and Katie Smith for the Mystics. So Taz Kacinda shooting 2 for Manchester. And first is good. That was a perfect free throw, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very perfect. Yeah, you could probably hear that swish if it wasn't so loud in here. To be honest, it's a bit quieter than normal.
And shots off the rim, picked up by Walker. Walker blocked by Roberts.
Interesting shot decision.
Roberts, her shot doesn't go, but she's going to draw the foul, and Grace Roberts going back to the foul line. She's made such an impact out there on the floor for Sheffield.
Oh, she really has. I mean, every time, not every time, pretty much most of the time she drives. Yeah, she draws in the defenders. She's able to draw the foul, basically.
It feels like it, and she's so quick. We said it before, but she's so quick to get to the basket.
Yeah, perhaps another one where the defense, they blink, and then next thing you know it, yeah, she's gone, or she's gone into you, and then you put your hand down, and there you go. She's at the foul line.
What was that? It was a blur. No, it was Grace Roberts.
Yeah, I think there's a few players that are out on the court today that we could say that about.
So, second is good for Roberts, takes her up to 3 points, has a rebound and an assist and a steal and a block. Approaching the halfway mark of the 4th quarter. Friday, out to Walker. Smith, long 3. No good, and Hatters ball, and Manchester have pulled this out to a 15-point lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, it was a really good ball movement on that offense. Shame they couldn't capitalise off it.
Ball goes out of bounds, Manchester ball. Over on court 2, it is a 52-48 lead for the Milton Keynes Breakers over the Richmond Knights. The winners of both games will face off tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the Under-16 girls final, and the runners-up will play out for the 3rd and 4th placed. Friday, her 3, banks it in! And Marnie Friday gets her first points of the game. It's raining 3s from the Mystics.
No, it really is, and the bank is open as well.
Ball's out of bounds. Manchester stretching out this lead as Casey Hancock and Millie Lowe are back out on the floor for the Hatters. And we'll see Mariah Ogumbenro into the game for the first time for Manchester. And head coach Georgia Gale is directing her team out there on court.
A lot of noise from the Mystics fans as well today. I don't know if they can hear on the stream.
There certainly is. There's drums, there's a lot of noise going on behind us. Kacinda, what a pass! Inside, Ogumbenro, first possession of the game, drops into, gets herself on the scoreboard. And a big swing there for Manchester, who've pulled the lead out.
Talk about an instant impact. Yeah, Mariah Ogumbenro just having straight away, as soon as she's up done, just there getting. But we've seen a lot from that for the Mystics again today, just moving, just again, we were saying they're just moving everywhere, like annoying to defend, but they're just all over the, not all over the place in a bad way, all over the place in a good way.
Just constant movement, And for the Hatters, it's a tough ask, but certainly It's been done. We've seen it been done before, but they're going to have to start getting some points on the board quickly as Coach Georgia Gale on the sidelines there. Do you want to know my favourite Georgia Gale fact that has nothing to do with this game?
Okay, go on then.
So she has made a three-pointer in 74 of the last 80 league games she's played in the SLB/WBBL. Isn't that really impressive?
It is, and then, but you know what, also, knowing that now, and then watching how they play, like, Molly Windle hitting that
Makes
three.
sense.
Yeah, there
Makes
you go,
sense,
that's where it comes from.
When you're being coached by a great three-point shooter like Georgia Gale.
That's crazy, though. That is crazy.
6 games with only a missed 3 in 80 of them as Lada Lee takes it to the basket. 27 points for her. And a good start coming out of that timeout. Walker blocked on the baseline. Richards has it. Has Lada Lee up ahead. Richards out to Lada Lee, sets her feet behind the line, it's off. Walker pulls it down. Manchester with time on their side here. Williams. Walker thought about the shot, was that a step out of bounds?
Yeah, I think they call that in line.
I think it's just that corner, isn't it? It can be sometimes a little bit difficult to see.
Yeah, interesting decision to have the spacing in the corner as well, but live and you learn.
So 3 minutes to go. Over on the other court, Breakers have a 3-point lead against the Knights, and a foul called here on the court will go against the Mystics. And that puts the Mystics on 5 team fouls. So now it will be shots at the line for Sheffield anytime the Mystics foul, as Ogden Benroe picks up her first. So Ella Wright at the line. First is good.
Also, side note, other court is now tied at 54-54.
Who made the 3?
Not a clue, if I'm being totally honest. Not a clue. We'll have to wait for 5 minutes for the live stats to load and tell us.
Williams, Ogden Benroe, mid-range, doesn't get the bounce. Wright picks up the rebound. Wright, looking for a lane, runs into traffic, doesn't matter, she's gonna finish. It was Bade Isaac with a big 3 to tie the game over on the other court for the Richmond Knights. We should have guessed that. Bade's ice cold when, in a good way. Good way.
Ice cold Isaac, ice cold Isaac.
So 2 shots to come. Sorry, we were just being asked for a substitution.
They keep coming to us being like, subs, we don't have any power.
We are basically sat in the middle of the court, aren't we?
Yeah.
So Anya Williams picked up a 3rd foul. We'll have a timeout called, but it's a 78-63 lead for Manchester over the Hatters. 2:11 to play. Over on court 2, we've got 4.5 minutes to play, and the Knights have taken the lead.
Timeout, Milton Keynes, unsurprisingly.
So a tight game over on court 2. And a big thank you to everybody watching here live on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Hannah Alty says, let's go Mystics. Great to see you watching the game, Hannah. And I hope you're enjoying the box outs that you get.
Yeah, the non-existent box out. Sorry, no. Apologies. Both teams have been attempting to box out.
And you can keep up to date with all the action all weekend long. Follow along on Basketball England social media, on the NBL social media channels, on the team's media channels. There's loads of great content out there. It's going to be non-stop action throughout the weekend. We're going to be here all weekends. Come on down to the National Basketball Performance Centre. You can grab your tickets on the door or online. A really great atmosphere. We've got crowd building here. It's going to be non-stop basketball for 2 days straight. What more do you want?
Literally, what more do you want? And as well, whilst you're on socials, you might as well check out our socials. At CB3 Hoots for Kaz, at Ishanaya for me, you know.
I'm glad that you remember that, because I can never remember what mine is.
I think it's that anyway. Imagine I just made it up.
Sounds
yeah,
right.
don't go and follow some random person, imagine.
So second doesn't drop for Richards. Walker comes away with the ball. Smith. Ogbenro. Out to Williams. Walker has time here. Last 2 minutes. Steps inside for the long two. Doesn't go.
Because as you said, they have time now. They don't need to be, not jacking up. They don't need to be shooting shots.
You can take advantage of the clock,
exactly. Just run it out. You'd rather get a 24-second violation so you can get back on defense than just jack up a shot and then let the Sheffield fast break again. So it'll be interesting to see what approach they take.
As Lily Waller checked in for the Hatters after that last time out, gets her first minutes of the game. And ball's out of bounds, Sheffield ball.
See, if they just slowed that down, then that is another 24 seconds gone off that clock. But now Sheffield have more chance to catch up. Although the Mystics do have quite a comfortable cushion, that's besides the point.
It's learning to play with the lead, isn't it? To keep a lead, and for Sheffield cutting into it. You've got a lot of time left. As Waller's shot doesn't drop. Richards, her three from outside, won't fall. Picked up by Casinda.
She's got to be on 10 rebounds now.
Spins to the basket. Oh, can't finish. Bounces out of nowhere. Did you see how high she jumped up there? I need her to high jump against Jay Collins, because they are both bouncy players. But Taz Casinda, what a rebound there. I think that was her 9th.
Yeah, she's another player, really athletic. That's why it's really great when players are athletic, because they attack the basket and they just explode when they're going up. She's one of them.
And we'll see Kyla Buchanan into the game for the first time for the Hatters. Out on court. Smith. Against Richards. Casinda, 3 seconds. Casinda with the floater. Rolls off. Gets her own rebound, though.
That's her 10th rebound now. But there again, we saw them actually use their whole, the whole clock.
They've used the time, and that is offensive rebound number 6 for Taz Casinda. What a game she's been having.
Just been everywhere, in a good way, everywhere, all over the place in a good way.
Really impressive to see her out there. Richards. Yeroni Makis to the basket, travels called. Manchester will get it back. And they'll be looking to move on to the final tomorrow at 10 a.m. Waiting to see who they're going to face off. The Richmond Knights having taken a 5-point lead over the Breakers late in the 4th quarter over on court 2. Williams, stolen away by Yeroni Makis, going to the basket all the way, puts it in. Takes her up to 3 points. Smith, Ogbenro, back to Casinda, a high arcing 3, bounces off the back iron. Rebounds pulled down by Buchanan. Luzakome. Richards. Time winding down, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Richards. Luzakome. Looks to pass out of it, but that'll do it. And the Manchester Mystics are moving on to the final tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the under-16 girls final. Congratulations to them. And a hard-fought win against the Sheffield Hatters. Sheffield really came out firing here. Just unfortunate for them, it was a second quarter, a bit of a not able to kind of withstand Manchester's comeback, but a really hard-fought game from the Sheffield Hatters. Ophelia Lardley with a game-high 27 points and 13 rebounds and a steal. You will not want to miss her playing tomorrow against the runner-up of the Milton Keynes Breakers and the Richmond Knights. So if you missed this incredible performance from her, you can watch her probably do it all again tomorrow. Yeah. And Ella Wright adding in 12 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists and 3 steals. And then off the bench, Molly Windle, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, dropped in a huge 3 for the Hatters. And for Manchester, Anya Williams led the way with 22 points and 4 rebounds. and 1 steal. Mojan Malik, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 steals for Malik.
Yeah, some great performances all around, some good team performances as well. Really respectable performance from both teams here today.
And we've got to shout out Tiana Walker, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals for her. And Taz Kacinda off the bench, 6 points, 11 rebounds, 7 of them offensive, and a steal. Just a solid performance from her. And lots more to come from all of these players across both of these teams. This is so early on in their careers, isn't it, Isha?
It is, and it's amazing to see that they're performing at such a high level at this age. I mean, just think a couple of years. All around, as we said before, like all around everywhere. Just there's so much young talent on display, and it's really exciting, especially to see like the same girls come back, or same boys, same players come back every year and perform at such a high standard. You just get to see them progress, basically, just grow up, just become mature players, stuff like that.
So coming up after this game, we've got the under-16 boys semi-final between the London Stars and the London Thunder, while we wait to see who the Manchester Mystics will face in the final tomorrow at 10.
Yeah, that's a really close game over there. It could be anyone's. I mean, it's currently timeout. The Richmond Knights is currently 3 points up, but 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Anything could happen over there. Both teams on team fouls.
So keep it locked to the Basketball England YouTube channel, as we've got loads of action coming up for you today. There we are, loads of action right here on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Coming up next, the London Stars and the London Thunder in the under-16 boys game. Adam Masters will be joining me for that one, but Isha, you're going to keep an eye on everything going on all the courts. You're going to come back to us at halftime in that game, let us know what's going on. I need you to run between the back room, this room, like you're gonna have to run fast, and you're gonna have to like think about what's going on.
I'll have to do my best impression of some of the girls in that game, running all around rapid.
Get Grace Roberts with you. We'll send her as your runner for you. But all the action live all weekend long on the Basketball England YouTube channel. At 2 o'clock we have the under-18 women on this court between Manchester Mystics and Ipswich. On court 2 at the same time, it will be City of London Academy Southern Pride and the Nottingham Wildcats. And then at 4 o'clock, rounding out the day, here on court 1, we've got the under-18 men, which will be the Reading Rockets and the Manchester Giants. And then on court 2, it will be the Manchester Magic and Sussex Storm. This is a memory test for us.
Yeah, literally.
So a big win here for the Mystics, 78-65. We've got a 1-point game over on court 2, 59-58. So you can catch that game. That's also live. We've got live streams for all of the games out there on the Basketball England YouTube channel. So follow on the playlist. So from myself, Kaz Bullock, from Isha Nair, thanks for joining us. We'll be back again in about 20 minutes' time.
Yeah, see you.